y'all, this is LaCora Stevens and
Robert Mitchell
with the Yes Show, Young, Entertaining, and Saved. And yeah, and we are here to give you guys another review of Preachers of LA on season 2. So, Robert, we just viewed the show.
We did.
Did you like it?
I did like the show. It was quite entertaining, to say the least.
All right. Well, since you're a caterer, I want you to start us off with a little appetizer. Then we're going to get to the main course, and then we're going to top it off with a little dessert. All right?
Yeah, you're right.
What left the sweet taste in our mouth? But first, the appetizer. Talk about it. What is it?
Well, the appetizer would be, well, we seen early on in the show where we had
Pastor J?
Not Pastor J, but Dietrich's wife actually asked Lady Levette to be the godmother, which I thought was very nice. She's a sweet lady. I really like her.
Lady Levette.
She could be my baby's godmother.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was good. And also we had some other things, but we see now what you were saying with Pastor J and the homeless guy. You know, that was kind of touching, and just let us know that we're blessed. If you're watching this and you're watching it from the comfort of your home, and you have air conditioning and you have a roof over your head, it's a blessing. You know, no matter, you may be struggling on the rent, I could be talking about myself. However, but we're all blessed, and that was a moment.
It was a moment. I will say that one thing I like about Pastor J and his storylines is that we see him a lot of times go out the church. Last season we saw the young man, female, that was conquering with the gender bender and all that stuff, and then we saw...
And the lady that was anemic?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
anemic. She was anorexic. You can't tell if somebody anemic. What, they always asking for a blanket or a sweater?
Like you?
I do. I am always cold. I hate it.
I'm so sorry.
But yes, because it's not a laughing matter. The anorexic woman. So I will say with Pastor J, I like the fact that we see him go beyond the 4 walls with Justin. Now I did say when the scene first started and she was like, oh my God, and he was laid up with the cardboard and a little spare change and a bottle perfectly propped up by his little knuckle.
I wasn't buying it.
I know.
I wasn't buying it.
But I was like, well, I'm sure, this is real and authentic.
And also we know that a lot of times the people that are editing the team, they do a lot of things and add a lot of dynamics that may not be in the real scene.
Because he could have been very well high, just minding his own business, and they was like, hold on you guys, before we get this shot, all right, anyone have any change in their pocket, all right, now, how about we go ahead and buy a bottle? Like seriously, because we act, you guys may have seen me on a Reebok commercial, Skinny Cow, no, Vizio, no. Oh, stop it. One day you will. But, they do things like this to make it better. But I'm not saying the Preachers of LA has done this. We have no idea. But I will say, getting back to the appetizer, which is Pastor J, he is always teaching us to go beyond the walls. While some of the other pastors are just caught up in their feelings and emotion, 4 walls. They in each other's walls. I don't know. It's just some things happening. So, yeah.
What you mean that didn't sound right?
Well, that's the meat. Let's get to the meat. So, when I say up in each other's walls and all that stuff,
please clarify.
I don't want to be too detailed or anything like that, but Pastor Ron Gibson is stating that he is concerned about the relationship of Bishop Noel Jones and Loretta, and that it may be sex involved, therefore getting into each other's walls. So, I think that we could move past this but I understand.
What do you understand? I
understand Ron's position. I do, because he never really said because you're not a first lady or because you're not a wife. He was like, if I'm not agreeing with this, kind of the same situation with Pastor J and Dietrich Hatton. I can't really co-sign if I know that something is going on. So could you just be clear with me and say yay or nay? And if we're going to sit here and be vague about it.
Do you think Noel's been clear with them about it?
No, y'all saw it at the table. Did y'all see it? Bishop Ron.
Now listen, we're getting over into the main course, LaCora. So
this is
are
the
we still
main course.
so we're not at the appetizer anymore?
Am I just sitting here talking to myself for y'all? Did y'all hear me say I said that, Robert? Because I was like the four walls, speaking of the main walls, let's get down to it.
No,
the meat.
Listen, I watched this back because I don't think you really said it. However, if y'all heard it out there, do forgive me. But yes, the meat.
Yeah.
That was, listen, I do think because even at the table, Noel said, if we are not sleeping together and not doing this, then is it okay? So I think he was saying to him that, no, we're doing something biblically right. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, like he said, he called Ron, you know, a busybody. Boy, talking about a knockout.
Yeah, no, I really don't think it was a knockout. I thought it was a little boom to the chin.
Oh, no, it was, no,
but that was about it. No.
That was a big one. Because all the energy that Ron was giving up into it, oh, if y'all doing this, and you're doing this, and you know you're doing this, it felt busy. And for him to call him a busybody, because that is Bible. That was Bible that he said. So that was the reason why it was a total knockout.
Bible what Ron said.
What did
he was
say?
Like, you're sitting around here and that's why you ain't gonna get that man. You're worried about Babel instead of Bible. And I'm about that Bible and not the Babel. No, you ain't gonna get him. No, you ain't gonna get him. No, see that man.
I didn't say he knocked him out and he stayed down. I said it was a knockout, but Brother Ron got up.
And then the thing is, I guess what kind of bothered me is that, yeah, poor Loretta, because Bishop Noel Jones said, I want you to put him in his place, whatever he said, paraphrasing here, but basically you check him, I just sit back because I don't like confrontation, and Loretta was down for it. She was like, all right, I got the 1-2s.
But she didn't know what that gangster was.
But she ain't know what Ron was putting down, and I was like, it's a shame that they have to go to this extent, you know, to discuss, because I felt like Ron was trying to come to not like a vicious place by saying, yes, we're going to have dinner and I'm going to make her feel the wrath for attacking my wife. But I will say, as a man, for Ron to protect his wife, I like that. For Bishop Noel Jones to sit back and relax. And as he went on to say, and that's why you ain't gonna get him, and that's why you ain't gonna marry him, and that's why it ain't gonna happen. And
this is what Ron is saying to Loretta.
To Loretta, and Bishop Jones just sat there.
He did.
And all his response was, I want you to be a part of it.
Hey, call me at 7.
All right, exactly.
We're gonna talk. We'll get up.
So
I can get over this.
It was just a lot.
And I do empathize with what you're saying right there, because Noel could have shown a little more of a stance for her, but then again, a lot of times it seems that he gives her that space to be the strong one and to be the one out there, so he's feeling like she can take it. But something in me tells me that Loretta's going to break. I don't think, because you know, Ron was saying some prolific things, even called her Jezebel. He called her Jezebel.
Talking about trying to control her, which I feel is incorrect.
Oh my God.
And did y'all hear she was cursing up in that piece?
She did. She slipped too.
She sure did.
And she ain't apologized for it.
She did. And then, you know, and I know some of you guys are like, oh, y'all probably curse. Well, no, I actually don't. I don't use profanity. Now this one, I ain't.
Listen, you don't know nothing. You don't know nothing about me.
What?
You don't know nothing about me.
What are you talking about? I don't know nothing about you. I'm not a busybody.
You are a
busybody. Okay, listen. Now, when he called her Jezebel, talking about that spirit of control and everything like that, I'm sure you guys saw the following clip. And how she was like, but I don't understand how you still want him to be a part. I don't want him a part. He was like, listen, I want him a part of it. And he's like, why? She was like, it ain't about you. Bishop said it's not about you. It's about mankind. And he has a commonality with, you know, the people that have been in gangs and all of this stuff. But see, we so focus on us, but what she really trying to say.
But I love, no, not to cut you off, but I love that moment, because Noel, he really was showing what we want to see in the preachers of LA. That, wait a minute, it is about souls, it is about people. And even though I have a personal problem with him, this man can reach a heart, a soul that I can't connect with. And I love that Noel, that you did that, and he took a stand against Jezebel. I'm so sorry, I meant Loretta. Ron, you started this.
A mess. But I will say that, you know, you're right. I do agree with that as well. That was cool, Bishop Noel Jones. You know, I just sometimes, I don't know.
What?
Sometimes it's just like, well, Is it authentic? Is it what? I mean, because some people can be strong in certain areas and they kind of lack in others. And it could just be a woman problem, you know, that he's having, but it still doesn't take away the character that he has for people. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times we see people's flaws.
And you talking about Noel?
Yeah, we see their flaws and things like that, and we think that they're not capable. But they are capable. It's just this particular era they're fighting and they have issues with. So I don't want to say that it's not, you know, authentic or anything like that.
What is not authentic?
That he's saying for the people, for the masses, that he wants or is this just an event, you know, just to do because Preachers of LA, you know what I mean? Right. That's what I'm saying. And I didn't want to say that because a lot of times, sometimes it is really about the people. It's just, I just have this problem in this area, whether I think I have this problem or you see this problem, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. Yeah,
and in that area, I definitely try not to be a judge of that. I like to believe what he, you know, Noel's been doing this a long time, and I like to believe that, you know, the gig will be up, that there has to be some genuineness about him, and I want to believe that because I don't have anything to add to that in the way that he stood in that moment and said, wait a minute, you know what I'm saying, I let you lead a lot of things. And then he was, however, this subject is going to be over. And then he's going to be there and I want you to get him.
And you see how he was smooth talking, now come here, give me a kiss. And she was like, okay.
She melted in.
Melted like a little chocolate drop, didn't she?
Let her melt.
Let her melt. That's from a play called Five Guys Named Mo.
Yeah, I want to act like it was original.
Oh, it is original. So anyways, that showed me clearly who really has the upper hand and who was really, you know, yeah.
Yeah, but that's what strong men do. You know, you
can
let them lead, you know, for a while, but when things really need to be taken care of, you know, your voice will.
And that's that's actually what women, well, for me, I would want a man. I don't want someone that I could walk all over, that I need to take control, especially when some man is coming to me talking about, and you ain't never gonna get married because you about that Bible. I mean, that Babel and not the Bible. And he just sitting back like this.
But you know what I think is, and not to get off the subject, guys, however, but I think it's a lesson in it, Nicora, because a lot of times a man don't mind by doing these things for you ladies out there. However, sometimes you got to allow the man to lead. Loretta kind of fought her own battle. You know, Noel really couldn't really get a word in to really defend Loretta because Loretta was defending herself.
But hold on, made it clear.
I understand what you're saying. However, a lot of times, because even Loretta has to realize when she walked into water that's a little deeper than she expected. And as a woman, I think sometimes it comes a point where you actually come down and you say, you know what? This is a little too much right here that I'm feeling right now. And I would like for my guy to come up. Because I think if Noel looked over and seen any sign of weakness in Loretta, that she was really giving in to what he was saying, maybe as a man he would have came up and felt like he needed to. But you know, a lot of times when you stick your shoulders out as high as a man, ladies, you know, sometimes we don't get the memo as quick as we will. Watching it back, yes, maybe so. But at that moment, so sometimes just let those shoulders down a little bit, you know, and that face and those, all that, let all that go. And then then we know that you need our help. Yeah,
all right.
And that's for free. Y'all don't have to pay me for that.
Okay, so the dessert. What is the sweet aspect? You kind of gave it away with the appetizer, which was, you know, Dominique asking her to be the godmom. That was my dessert for me. I would say there was another dessert offered. There was a little lemon tart. Little twingy. I didn't like it, and it was the after show. I didn't see all of it. We just saw a little clip because, you know, we recorded it. But number one, I'm just trying to understand, where did they get the host from? Does she watch the show? She's reading a teleprompter. Does she know these people? Does she know? You know what I mean? But a lot of times we just get so caught up in I don't know, Preachers of LA, executive producers, casting. I don't know who got that memo, but we need somebody, a host that actually
look like they would attend one of these churches.
And look like you would attend one of these churches. Thank y'all like that, Robs.
Right.
I'm done on that note.
Yeah.
Check, please.
And we didn't get a chance to see it, so we didn't see it in its entirety. But you know, it was enough.
I just saw teleprompter reading.
Also, a sweet moment for me was also when the young man, when the homeless guy did walk into the church. You know what I'm saying? He did show up, even though we know that there were some other things that happened, and we got to see the next show to see exactly what happened, because it seemed like he was there. Yeah, it seemed like he, you know, maybe came in. probably OD'd a little bit. However, the point was that he got there for safety, and like Pastor Jay said, like, who knows? The Lord probably sent him here for a reason, because the man pretty much fell out in church. You know, what better place? Because we seen him on the street. He could have been passed out on the street. People would have been walked on by.
This joker would talk your ear off. Listen, it was the sweetest thing I ever known. Sweetest thing.
No, wait a minute. You're not gonna make that. No. Because listen, you do most of the talking half the time.
No.
We can play it back.
Okay, well listen. I do have one side note. Bishop Clarence McClendon, where are you? We want to see you. Hopefully he's coming up, and you know, we want to see more of the Cheneys as well. But she was saying something about her breast, and I'm like, girl, you better not do anything with it. Your body, you lost weight, you look beautiful. You know, don't get caught up in that mess. But I don't know, I could be jumping a gun. I don't know. So, you guys, if you want to hear more, where should they go?
To the Yes Show
TV.com. All right, you guys, thank you so much, and have a great day.
Have a great night. Be blessed, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.